Hey there, hi, welcome back to Sunny Sky Tarot. Today we're doing a pick-a-card reading for some good news coming your way, some good news for you. This is a timeless reading. It is going up in the middle of November, but you can watch it at any time. And if you feel drawn to more than one pile, you're free to pick another pile. We have piles 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to shuffle live on camera. And if you guys like pre-shuffled piles, let me know in the comment box below. And pause now to pick your pile. Hi, pile 1. If you picked pile 1 and the little yellow-orange dragon, then this is your reading. This guy came all the way from Japan. I haven't gone to Japan myself, I wish, but a friend brought this back from Japan for me. And this is an overview of today's reading. We're gonna go over a general status so you can tell if this reading is gonna resonate for you or not in the beginning, and then I'm gonna get into some details about the situation, things to look forward to, expect, and match up with the current status of things. And then we're gonna get an animal oracle, an Abraham Hicks oracle card, and then I have this big bag of so many like random affirmations and quotes that are all on my Instagram, but I haven't like a physical version, and we're gonna get a sort of a raffle from that, do a raffle affirmation. So that's the layout for today's reading, guys. We're gonna get right into it and shuffle live on camera. Bear with me while I charge the deck and just set the intention. I don't read reversals for the initial setup. Sometimes I might, but usually... Oh, you know what's happened? I'm holding the whole thing upside down. I never do that. I usually forgot to check that it was right side up. Because I always have my deck set upright. Especially for general readings that go on the internet. If I'm doing like a one-on-one reading, then I'll read reversals because I can get more in depth. But for something that's gonna be a timeless general reading for a lot of people, unless it sticks out against the rest of the deck and I'm holding it upright and a reversal flips out, then I read them. But like, I just forgot to check that I was holding it upright from the shuffle, so sorry about that, guys. But that's how I read. It's just too many details, I think, for the internet, and then the whole thing gets muddled. Especially for pick-a-card readings. Like you can do any readings remotely, but it's a general reading, so you know what I mean. All right. Oh my gosh, the camera is so not centered. No. Is that gonna get censored on YouTube? I hope not. My gosh. Let's put some rose quartz over the lovers. Let me finish getting your cards out, guys. Wow, so pile 1, I'm getting for you guys that the core of your life has been very emotionally fulfilling for the most part for now. Like, there are things left to be wanted, but you're very well fulfilled right now, especially in the area of love. And if it's not romantic love, then it's family or pets or camaraderie. Like, it doesn't have to just be romantic love, but for some of you, it's definitely going to be romantic love, and it's going to be the kind of romantic love that reminds you of your childhood, makes you feel like a kid again. It's going to make you, like, if you remember the happiest time in your childhood, this person that's coming around or has come around, it has been around for the last, I don't know, the last 6 months, give or take, maybe 6-8 months, they are making you feel as safe and as good as you did in your childhood, which is really good. Or if you didn't have that kind of childhood, then this is what you imagine it would have felt like to have felt safe as a kid if you didn't have the kind of family that kept you safe as a kid. But I hope you guys get what I mean, that there's that really pure sense of alignment with joy in your life, in the physical participation of your life with these recent developments and choices that you've been making. Oh, cool. We got wand energy. So I'm getting the next 6 months is going to be a lot of action for you and a lot of moving forward and picking up a new project. And wow, you're really on your mental game. You're really in a good spot to be creative and analytical, and the emotional support that you've been getting from the situation is helping you move forward into a creative project or to like a business mindset or tackling some type of work or creative process, whether it's starting a business or expanding a current one or changing jobs, changing schools, or staying in a current career path but just changing companies. Wow, so I'm getting the Four of Swords is saying the environment around you is going to seem relatively slow compared to the pace that you're going at. I'm also hearing letting bygones be bygones as you move forward with a new cadence and like a fire under your belly. Some type of situation where there was something unfair or there was something, I don't know, not like totally, not all ducks were in a row, but I feel like this is more in your past and it's not at the forefront of your life. Like something like that's getting resolved. And that's the more that you hone in on like this alignment energy of being creative and standing in your power as you actively create and participate in these choices or these directions, the more easily the Judgment card is going to act out in the I don't really say karma served, but I guess karma served, or like scales being balanced, things being balanced out. Yeah, you're going to be successful in this part of taking as long as keep your wits about you. And when you're creating, create from a place of feeling full already. Don't create from a place of feeling, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do this. Create from a place of feeling satisfied with what you have now and appreciative of what you have now, and create from a place of feeling dynamic and free and fun and joyful while you're creating. The love that's in your life is really, really helping you be buoyant as you go forward. I know it's a little bit scary. You're starting off on something new, but you're heading in the right direction. So, all right, pile one, we're gonna pull your animal oracle card now. All right. I'm just gonna read all of them. Wow, you got a lot that fell out. Okay, anyway. Flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between. So you're transitioning between projects. Enjoy the moment too, because we don't get this time back. So it's good to like be productive and use the most of it, but also appreciate what you have now. So again, create while you appreciate what you have now. Abundance Oh my god, a buffalo spirit. The abundant universe will provide. Yeah, so scarab beetle spirit. Magic works through you. Deer spirit. Bring a gentle touch. Brown bear spirit. Take time out. Panther spirit. Reclaim your power. So yeah, the abundant universe will provide. So just like this love connection or the support is helping you, is giving you buoyancy through this journey, you're lovable. You're also employable. You're lovable and you're employable. So I know there's a lot of people who might be like, oh, who'll ever love me, or whoever will like actually want to date with me, da 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 da, I have all these things, da da da, I'm not this enough, or I'm too much this. Like, knock it off. You know better. So that being said, I know some people, maybe they have the career in hand and they don't have the love life in hand yet, or vice versa. Maybe people have the love life and the rhetoric about their worthiness to be loved situated, and then they're working on it in terms of dollar worthiness. You're lovable, you're employable. You're employable. You're a quality person. You are also lovable. So, and those two things have like separate spaces, obviously, but you can't be, there's no way that you're not worth what you have a dream to do. Neville Goddard has a lot to say about that if you're interested in learning from Neville Goddard. He was a speaker back in the 60s. He's since passed, but amazing guy, really ahead of his time. Recommend his stuff. Josh Tongol has stuff where he just reiterates Neville's work to help remind you about that stuff. But anyway, I'm getting, yeah, take time out. Oh my god, 4 swords, awesome. And it fell right over it. And bring a gentle touch. Wow, cool. So if or when this, like, I don't know, karma is served or whatever, be gentle about it. I would never be like, I told you so, because it kind of, I don't think you would anyway, pile one, but just a reminder, like, if you have to have that kind of conversation at any point in the coming 6, 8, 10 months, if you say something along the lines of, I told you so, it kind of like tarnishes somebody else's opportunity to have a learning curve and not be embarrassed about being in a learning curve in front of other people. So what we can do is be gentle when judgment is passed, or when righteous judgment is passed. And now we're not supposed to be judgmental and criticize people, but there is something as being sensible or righteous judgment. So like, yeah, you probably don't put the glass, the expensive, fragile item on the edge of the table when the 2-year-old or the toddler is right next to that side of the table. That's just sensible, right? Being critical of somebody's outfit or clothing is kind of needless. It's kind of overly critical. But then if you're responsible for hiring somebody for something, or you're responsible for hiring a babysitter for your child, and somebody shows up and they just too many red flags, if not at least yellow flags or like yellow cards, you know, like soft warnings that you're like, yeah, that's not it. That's righteous judgment. That's being sensible, right? So not that we're interested in being overly critical, but when you do have to make those types of decisions, sort of draw a line somewhere, be gentle and be soft about how you do it, because you can also be firm whilst being kind. You can set boundaries and be kind. Boundaries are actually a very loving thing. So yeah, and reclaim your power in this creative pursuit, because you have a lot more flowing through you than you were able to apply recently. And I'm getting build it and they will come, or purvey it and they will book, something like that. So maybe it's a physical thing, maybe it's like a physical location type of thing, like a restaurant, or maybe it's like a booked type of service, like you're doing massage therapy or something like that, and it's like they have to book, it's like appointment based, you know what I mean? So now we're going to move on to the Abraham Hicks affirmation card for you guys. This is actually one of my favorite ones, or like my favorite decks to do for the readings, because they're so specific that it's really cool to see which one comes out after everything I've said. Okay, that was way too many. I know we took a bunch for the animals, but the animals have like one sentence under each of them. And my battery is at 27%. Is this it? Is that it? I don't know. Let's keep going. My life is about relationships. Ooh, so cool that we have the Lovers card smack at the center and at the very beginning. You will never find yourself in a point in time when the subject of relationships is not an active part of your now experience. For everything you perceive or notice or know is because of your relationship with something else. Without a comparative experience, you would be unable to perceive or focus any kind of understanding within yourself. Therefore, it is accurate to say that without relationships, you could not exist at all. Alan Watts has a really cool talk about this, about the Bagua in the ancient Tao. And if you study some of the earliest code or iterations of code, the 0101 is really just like it's really just the same thing, you guys. Like if you have code, say the broken line, it's like that. If you look at the Bagua, or if you have 101, so it'd be like 101. The Korean flag has this on it as well. I don't know if you guys got the idea, but that jazz. And it's this thing. You go look it up. It's yin yang. That's where a lot of like the symbolism is really, really old, really ancient. And these are these are dashes. These are dashes. These are numbers. And Alan Watts will talk about how some of the earliest code is pretty much represented in some of the early Tao symbols for harmony, which is just so cool. That being said, if you also look at the Tree of Life, it has a symbolism of roots in the ground and then roots up top, and there's this continuity to it. And this card was saying, therefore it is accurate to say that without any relationships you cannot exist at all. Without any duality you cannot exist at all. None of us could. There's a lot of the Abrahamic religions will say things like as so above, as so below, as so within, as so without. Some type of iterations of that, and then a lot of like spiritual teachings will touch on that. And then a lot of, anybody in the comments can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think most, well, not most, all of the Abrahamic religions have some concept of original sin. And then Alan Watts will talk about the origin of that being sin, sine, without. So as so within, as so without. Real cool stuff if you want to dive into it. Basically, duality is what makes us alive. So it's just a part of life, and it's a part of the blessings and the abundance of being here. And embrace the in-between. All right, guys. We're going to pull from my massive bag of shuffle oracle cards today. And, sorry, my camera is like precarious up there. There's a lot of stuff in here. And it's like quite big, you guys. I don't know if you can see how big this is, but it's big. It's a big boy. It's a chunky. Mix a little foolishness with your serious plans. It is lovely to be silly at the right moments. Alright guys, that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you feel a little bit better if you're stressing out or just wanted a little... I lost my microphone. It fell off my shirt. If you just wanted like a little bit of a refresher to your thoughts and your mental space, I'm so glad that you chose to spend it here with me. and we will see you guys again soon. We're going to move on to pile 2. Please leave any comments or suggestions in the comment box below. And I'm also on Instagram, so hope to see you guys soon. Bye. Where's the button? Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. If you picked this little blue dragon, this is your reading. This is going to be the overview for today. For the good news reading, we're going to go over a general status to kind of just bridge you and this current ongoings of your life or situation. And then I'm going to get into the details that I see developing. We're going to pick you an animal oracle card, an Abraham Hicks oracle card or affirmation card, and then we're going to pick from my big random bag of affirmations and quotes. So that's the reading for today, guys. You could pause on that if you want to get a screenshot of it. And we're just going to shuffle live on camera till we fill up the screen. My battery's at 20%. Hopefully I get through this. Let me know if you guys like the audio quality. I'm using a mic, a little wired lav mic right into my camera. I think it's working well. It definitely sounds better than without a proper microphone. Without a proper microphone, like, gosh, guys, it's like pretty bad. Okay, so you're thinking about something and you were indecisive about something for a while, but now you're just like, you're going for it. Wow, so happy. Wow, wow, this is cool. Guys, whatever the thing is you decided to do it. Damn. So whatever it is, like, you guys are baking on this decision, do it. I think a lot of the decision making would finally pulling, I don't know, pressing the send button, pressing the apply button, opening that door, or starting the car, whatever it is you want to say. I think a lot of it came from recently cleared emotional blockages, or like recently achieved like emotional clarity about something. And yeah, it's leading ultimately to your happiness. That's so funny. That these cards came out in the last reading. So if you were drawn to pile 1 too, go check that out. One moment, guys. Let me just stitch a sequence for you. I mean, I read like this, but I also, like, I read like this while we're shuffling, but then I read like this too, so give me a minute. Yeah, so you were stuck on a decision for a while, or like thinking about doing something. You finally made the decision. Part of the decision that you made was what you were thinking about, like, how can I make myself prosperous? How can I positively influence my material rotations, my material abundance, and my earthly health in these ways, or via these mediums. And by mediums, I mean like money or barter or material goods, like anything like earthly abundance, which basically is money. If, like, you know, for some of you, it might have been like getting equipment for something. Like maybe you bartered labor for like equipment, like, I don't know, like farm equipment or sporting equipment or something like that. So maybe like actual dollars weren't exchanged, but it was just like a barter, good for good type of thing. So that's what I mean by like earthly rotations. Generally, I just mean money on my channel when I say that, but it could also mean like, you know, you traded your old Xbox for like a laptop or something like that. You know what I mean? Where it's just item for item. Okay, moving on. So you were wondering how to increase your earthly rotations and like help your earthly health increase. You were kind of like, you had some ideas, good ideas, weren't sure for a while, finally pulled the trigger, made a decision. It is gonna lead to happiness because it already is something that fulfills you, so it just probably wasn't something that you believed in yourself that you were gonna be able to do for that type of thing. Like, oh my god, can I really do this? Yes, you can. As long as you create from a place of feeling already fulfilled, like create from a place of abundance and like abundance mindset. Appreciation appreciates. So I say that a lot, but I think that to me, that's what a lot of the Pentacles energy and like Cups energy here is. Wow, you have 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles and 9 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles. That is so cool, guys. All right, I'm getting a little tongue-tied. So give me a minute. I'm gonna check into a book, and there's nothing wrong with checking a book when you don't know something. I mean, I've been reading tarot for a while, but like, I just need a little refresher on the page and the king here. Hey guys, we're back. I'm sorry for the little gap there. I think I got a little tongue-tied because I was trying to read like, oh my god, ace, 10, and like, I was like, oh my god. But I needed to just like follow the syntax that I normally follow for this type of spread, for these general readings, and or for these pick-a-card readings, because they are general, because they're going on the internet, but like, you pick a pile, you know. Yeah, so I'm getting that whatever it is that you're setting out to do, you're gonna have a really good set of integrity, and if you don't have like a set of policies printed up yet, maybe it's message should work out the fine print, or start researching like, how do people set policies for these types of things, or how do I set a boundary for this type of thing, or what are my expectations? Are my expectations realistic for all the various scenarios that this is going to get me into, stuff like that. And maybe it's not like, maybe it's like an emotional decision, maybe it's like a personal relationship, but it's also like, if you're going on a trip with somebody, well, like, should I offer to pay for gas? Stuff like that. So maybe if it's a business thing, then it's fine print. Maybe it's like a relationship thing or a platonic social thing, then it's like, okay, well, like, how do we balance these things out? So, but also don't be a stickler for the rules so much that you don't let yourself enjoy the process. Don't have so many fine print policies that it makes it impossible to enjoy the service experience, or that it makes people shy away from booking with you in the first place. Or, you know what I mean, like, don't take like the romance out of life if it's a social thing. Yeah, I'm also getting that you're taking the lead into a venture that you, in a specific area that you already enjoy, and that's the thing where you're like, oh my god, can I really do this or not? And you're letting yourself have the emotional fulfillment of the act or the activity that this is, or whatever like community event that this is. Maybe the act or the activity is doing. Maybe it's wedding planning for some of you. I don't know why. Some of you, or event planning of some sort, or some type of like, some type of less conventional route in career fields, or not, I mean, probably very common, but, you know, less conventional, air quotes. Or for some of you, if it's not like a business thing, then it's something that's sort of out of your regular routine, but yeah, if you can fit it in and it doesn't hurt your, you know, the rest of your personal logistics to do so, then do so and go enjoy it. Yeah, pile 2, whatever it is that you finally like decided to do, I think this is a really good idea. It's going to pay off. Commit to it and, like, you know, thoroughly plan it out, and do those steps. But we're already getting that from the King of Swords. Like, don't overplan it to the point where like you're setting all these rules. Let yourself chill and enjoy the process at the same time. But yeah, like, work out the fine print. All right, guys. So next we're going to go on to the Animal Oracle cards. Pile 1 had a bunch fall out. You guys have won. Nothing is wasted. Okay, so I'm getting that maybe the decision that you guys made recently. Sorry, I just talked so fast. My bad. My Mars squares my Mercury in my first house, so it makes me like a little bit impatient when I'm talking or when I am excited. And I have a little bit of Aries in my chart, just a teeny bit. I got like 2 little placements of it, but still. Anyway, vulture spirit, nothing is wasted. So whatever it is you decided recently to go towards, maybe part of the qualms or the hesitation or the apprehension was like, I just spent like the last X years doing this other thing. Blah, 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 blah. Really, am I about to go do this now? It's fine. Nothing's wasted. If you really sit down and think about all that you sowed, all that you reaped and sowed from the last couple years, spending and doing that different pastime, it wasn't wasted. There are a lot of other things that you learned there in that context specifically that are really beneficial to where you're going, so, and to what you're choosing to create now. So don't regret it. The time was well spent, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. Like, there are things that you gained from the situation that are going to serve you to create the thing that you're asking for, that you've been envisioning. And it's better off that it's like some of those lessons came from a scenario where you didn't really care about the material as much, or the creation process, so that way it was like easier to stomach while still getting the value from that lesson. You know what I mean? Peacock spirit, let it shine. So that, to me, that's also like King of Wands energy. Like, take the lead, put yourself out there. For some of you, you're gonna go work for yourselves. That's scary. Or maybe you're not working for yourselves, you're just like applying to a job career or like a career path where you feel like, oh my god, am I gonna fit in or whatever. If you need the skills, you need the skills, but like, oh my god, am I good enough? But it's kind of irrational because you definitely have the qualifications, you have the schooling, you have the whatever on your resume and your CV. Just go for it. Oh my gosh. Learn from the past. Nothing is wasted. These fell out and I just went to pick them up. Learn from the past. Nothing is wasted. Know your worth. Be ready to put yourself out there. And life is a mystery. So don't ask, oh, why didn't I just do this sooner? Da, 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 da. Like, don't look back. Let it shine, know your worth, nothing is wasted. Oh my god. Trust the great mystery. That was at the bottom of the deck just now. So now we're gonna get you guys, I'm at 8% on my battery, guys. Now we're gonna get you an Abraham Hicks affirmation. All right. This is cool because it's such a detailed thing. That was too many. This is such a detailed card. For after like doing all that reading, it's always kind of cool to see what this one says. I can focus on what I do want in a relationship. By focusing on the wanted characteristics of those around you, you train your vibrational offering to match only the best in them, and then the law of attraction can no longer match you up with the worst in them. When you focus upon the worst of them, and train your vibrational offering to match only the worst in them, the law of attraction can no longer match you up with the best of them. So we could honestly replace the word relationship to career, job, income, clients, friends. I mean, relationships, but I guess platonic and or romantic. And maybe if you're a teacher, students. By focusing, so let's read that again, but with some different wording. By focusing on the unwanted characteristics of those around you, you train your vibrational offering to match only the best in them. And then the law of attraction can no longer match you up with the worst in them. When you focus upon the worst in them, then you train your vibrational offering to match only the worst in them. The law of attraction can no longer match you up with the best of them. So, focus upon the wanted aspects of those around you and train your vibrational offering to that which is wanted. And It's like I say it a lot, but appreciation appreciates. So, all right, guys, here's my big chunky boy bag of raffle affirmations. I don't know if you guys can see how many there are. There's so many in here. I hope it's focusing. You can really see there's a bunch in here. All right, pile 2's affirmation. Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known. Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known. Life is a mystery. Trust the great mystery. All right, pile 2. That's all I have for you. Any feedback about the mic quality, sound quality, lighting, anything, the way I read, if I'm talking too fast, whatever it is, let me know in the comments. Hope to see you guys again soon. I hope this was a nice respite from your busy or stressful lives, or just a little mental space to yourself in the car. Obviously, don't be like playing on your phone in the car, but like you like press play and then start driving. Anything you want to let me know, or a reading that you want to hear from me, please write in the comments. I am on Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi, pile 3. Last but certainly not least, if you picked this little lavender dragon, this is your reading for some good news coming your way, or some good news about developments in your situation. So we're gonna shuffle live right on camera. Actually, sorry guys, I almost forgot to give you the overview. So for the good news reading, insights and good news messages from Spirit, we're gonna start with shuffle live on camera, and we're gonna get a general status of what's going on. So you can sync up with what I'm about to tell you as I sync up with what's your situation, or like at the forefront of, that's on your mind about something. We'll dive into the details developing about the situation and the paths and choices ahead of you. We'll get an animal oracle card, an Abraham Hicks quote, and then I have this big chunky boy bag of affirmational quotes that I printed out and I use for myself all the time, and it's pretty much everything that's on my Instagram, Sunny Sky Tarot, and yeah, it's a big chunky boy bag of affirmations. That's like you're picking an affirmation out of a raffle. It's kind of cool. Guys, if I pause the video at any point and come back, it's because my dog was about to start barking. He makes this sound where he's like, you know, like he inhales air, and I can tell he's about to do it. So if I pause and come back, that is why. Okay, a lot of times I don't read reversals, like, but I'll take that one because it just depends on how they come out when I'm shuffling. I know the difference when it's just like a fluke, or when it's like that was clear. You know, like, and by a fluke, I mean, like, you ever, like, drop half the deck? Well, you know, stuff like that. Vinny, can you not, like, right now, please? Okay. See, I was distracted there, so we're gonna put that back. Phineas, please stop. He's like, but Mom, there's someone at the door. I guarantee you there isn't. Okay, pick your last pile here, or last card, sorry, last card, pile 3. Alright, I'm gonna sit with these cards for a hot minute because I normally don't read reversals in general readings, so when I do get them and like they're definitely there, I need just like a second longer to find my words, because this is a general reading. You picked your pile, but I just want to be more, I want to make sure that I'm intentional about my wording. I'll be right back, you guys. Hey pile 3, I'm back. I had to make myself a snack and feed my dog, so then now he's chiller and quieter. So back to your reading, guys. I'm getting that recently there was a situation. Well, I think what you're right now, I think you're in a bit of a rest phase because you're recovering from a situation, however long or intense, that was making you burn out and was not really fulfilling you. I'm getting, for some of you, maybe you had an overly critical or saboteur type of colleague. For some of you, if you're in school, maybe you felt like it was a professor or a teacher that just like really was not all that supportive. Maybe they're like a nice enough person, but like you go there for tutoring and then like you ask them for help about how to do a certain equation or whatever, and they just point harder at the paper and it's like, okay, but like you're not really teaching me. And it's like that person is the main source for the help that you need. So it's like you were in a degree track or a career track and the help that you need wasn't there, either for whatever reason or because this person is like deliberately would go out of their way to be mean and critical. So you feel like you spent a lot of time down a path that just like wasn't really filling your cups. So now you're in a rest phase, and as long as you just don't look back too much and regret, if we just pop into the opportunities here, kind of like the Tower card. We don't have the Tower card out, but like kind of like the Tower card, sort of it just like being maybe an uncomfortable set of changes, but a good one nonetheless. Like really good timing, like really what's best and meant for you is you follow your gut on this. And that's where we come in with the Knight of Cups. Somebody who takes action, does what they say and means what they say, and where their actions align with their values. And if any of you are concerned about material concerns, I think a lot of you, it's just you're afraid of money running out, but that's not actually happening right now. So just put yourself out there, like send out those applications and go apply around town or your city. Just get a job just to hold you over for the time being as much as you can. And be deliberate with your mindscape, that you're not actually, it's not the run out of materials isn't actually happening. You're just worried about it. So don't burn yourself out by overstimulating yourself with those thoughts of worry. Just be more proactive in taking the steps towards a better situation. So with the Star card and the Three of Cups, I'm getting, don't let the scenario of that past career trajectory stop you from going out there and putting yourself out there and shining and sharing yourself and putting your best foot forward, because just because those colleagues or that situation couldn't appreciate you doesn't mean that sorry guys. Just because that situation didn't appreciate you doesn't mean that it's going to be like that everywhere else. More than likely, now that you know how to read those types of flags from going through that, you're going to be able to pick out a better situation for yourself. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll be right back. And I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to keep going. So just because that situation didn't appreciate you and led you to feel burnout, or like you put your heart and your like a lot of your work and like your good intention towards something, or really were genuinely trying with like an analytical approach to learn or to achieve something, or like contribute to a company's goal for your career path, and the dominant social factors of that situation didn't appreciate you, I'm getting that it actually wasn't you that was like hard to work with. With the Hierophant and the Three of Cups and the Star card, you're actually a very good team player. It's just you're not a team player when somebody else is trying to like dictate everything, or like it just isn't a good leader. Like I'm getting that you're good at being a contribution to the team and not being a bulldozer, right? So yeah, that's the Queen of Swords. I'm getting like somebody who bulldozes people or who's overly critical and like doesn't know when to give it a rest. And with the Hierophant here, you do get on well in groups, so don't feel discouraged that that situation didn't go great. For the Four of Pentacles, I think he finally stopped barking. So with the Four of Pentacles, okay, my dog and I sat down and had a chat. I think we're good now.
Never. You go be good now.
My other one's always good. She's always very, very quiet whilst communicative. You guys are good. So, I'm getting that you guys are on a rest period from a situation that wasn't so great, feeling like you put money or time and resource, you invested like your energy or your career energy towards something, only to have like a not so great, somewhat hostile situation at work. And if you're having any like concerns about moving forward and your capacities to move forward, then don't, because I'm getting that it was really that person who was sort of the stick in the mud. You're gonna have good timing with rendezvousing with the right people at the right times, and you work well in a group, and you work well providing yourself some structure. So if you've had any weird dreams lately, don't fret. Sometimes if you have good dreams that affirm things that you like would want to happen, and we are all here to create our own reality. So if you have a dream lately that like has come to pass and overall it was a good outcome, even if it wasn't something that you would have imagined on your own, or if you had a dream that like that's like a good thing and maybe one part of it has happened but the second part of it hasn't happened, that's fine, that's good. But if you had a dream that like kind of made no sense, it was so weird, and the sense of time was so weird, it was like your childhood dog is there, but like in the dream you're 50 years old, like obviously, you know what I mean, like, or something like that, like it doesn't make any sense. And it was a stress dream. That's where we go with the Four of Pentacles. Let's look at the evidence of what's actually happening, because if you're worried about running out of money or resources or whatever, or opportunities in the physical world, chill, because that's just stress getting to you, where like rest is a good thing, and don't get too stuck in the negative there. Just take a reality check and a calibration on your mental space and what you're letting fill it right now. And oh my gosh, I think my dog is starting to bark again. Sorry guys, I'm really sorry. Hey guys, we're back again. I think my dog's chill now. We had a conversation and she's gonna be quiet now for just like 5 minutes. So, gosh, where was I? Four of Pentacles and Ace of Swords. So I'm getting, if you've had any like anxiety about material concerns, what's really happening? You're probably fine, guys. If you have the free time to watch a video, you're probably fine. So Ace of Swords is also about impulse control in our mental landscape. So what do we, again, we're finding what we allow in our mental landscape. So if you catch yourself saying, oh, I'm not good enough to charge that kind of a price, stop. Rewind. I need to charge what the appropriate amount is, and you can start slow and then you can build up to, I am worth this amount. I know my worth, and I am good. I am good in social situations. I can work in a group. I'm not the odd one out. I fit in well. People like me. You know, like, you gotta affirm or like be aware of what's going on in your head. And I'm also getting like, don't overstimulate yourself. So maybe it's time to mute some notifications, or mute some apps, or mute people in real life or on your phone. You know what I mean? So for the next part of the reading, we're going to go on to the Animal Oracle. Let it shine, learn from the past. That came out in one of the other piles too. So if you're drawn to one of the other piles, go pick that out. Nothing is wasted. That came out too, and I'm honestly like, I'm chucking these, so in one of the other piles too, so that's really cool. We have 25, 63, and 46 if that resonates with anybody. Vulture spirit and turkey spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. And we're going to pull... That almost flipped. Badger spirit. Be fearless and bold. And that just flipped. Co-create with spirit. That goes well with the star card to me. So. Alright guys, we're going to pick your Abraham Hicks affirmation. Okay, that was easy. My thoughts join a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. Ace of Swords card. Mental landscape. Being very, very operative in your life experience. In the same way that the law of attraction is responding to the thoughts, words, and actions that you are offering here in your physical reality, the law of attraction is always responding powerfully to your vibrational reality. When the law of attraction, the manager of all vibrations, responds to the clarity of vibration offered by your expanding inner being, the result is a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. My thoughts join a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. The law of attraction is responding to the thoughts, words, and actions that you are offering here in your physical reality. It is also responding powerfully to your vibrational reality. Keep that there. And here you guys see, I don't know if you can see how big it is, but this is the big chunky boy. These are all printed out, that I had like printed out from Snapfish. And this is a bag that you get bed sheets in from Target, but it's full of stuff. All around you are spirits, child. They live in the earth, the water, the sky. If you listen, they will guide you. Alright, Pile Fairy, that's all I have for you guys today. If you have any feedback, if the barking really bothers you guys, let me know and I'll try to do something about that or like figure something else out. But if you have any topics or like types of pick-a-card readings you want to see from me, please suggest them down below. Would love to take your suggestions. Any comments or interactions with the page is greatly appreciated. It will definitely help out my channel. And if you guys like the sound quality, let me know. Anything, if you guys would prefer me not shuffling live on camera, let me know. Any feedback is greatly appreciated. I really, really appreciate you guys letting me read for you today. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye!